Aquarius, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. We're in the Virgo moon cycle, full moon, and Pisces season, Monday, moon day. It is 5:56 as of now. I just began your reading at 5:55. This is my third attempt here, so let's see how it goes. It is March 6th, Monday, moon day. Hopefully all is well. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, ask questions if you're like feeling like out of the loop of something I say, right? And also listen into what stands out the most to you. That is your message, all right? Anything other, let it go, let it flow. You're always welcome to come back and review and another time that it may, something I say now may resonate then that doesn't resonate now, right? So yeah, feel free to subscribe if not already. So an energy was coming through in Aqua and Capricorn energy was commitments and detachments. So knowing where you're committed, knowing where you're detaching, also you have those individuals or and even habits, spirit wants to say, and even habits that you had detached from, like knowing where, like when and where and why, right? Like there shouldn't be like a back and forth energy unless spirit saying unless you weren't fully informed. So that's the only way you're gonna be like a back and forth energy, not like a back and forth, but like a backtracking energy, right? In part, even in part, it's not necessarily the case, Spirit's saying, but in part. So knowing your commitments of the now, right? We're in the now, and versus the detachments, like, and also knowing where, when, and why you're detaching to certain behavior patterns, certain traits, and certain individuals, right? That which is not beneficial in your overall. That's easy. Okay, so and the next energy that's coming through is Scorpio, Virgo, and Leo energy, realigning self to a new lifestyle. One as I prefer. That was like, it was like very selective. It's like one of as I prefer. Finalizing in full is on me here on out, Aquarius. So if you're giving other individuals more say, like that's no longer as it once was, right? Like you're open to opinions even, but there's like, you know, there's fine lines, right? Like I'm open to hear your opinion, but don't try to like project on me, right? Okay, healthy boundaries there. Also an energy is Aquarius. Your energy can see you're in Pisces energy. So what is a family to me? It was like question mark, question mark. What is a family to me? This is like inward energy, or you're discussing this with someone, right? Like or well, so these are energies that you're displaying, transmitting, or receiving, right? So you see how you see fit, even at that. So it says, what is a family to me? What does a family consist of to me? You know, and so you're gonna know that best. And if a message that I say or information I say doesn't ring a bell to you, it may not, it's not your message, right? That's an obvious. And it just may be someone that you're involved with, right? The energies that are going on within them, and you're picking up these energies, right? So that's also how this deliverance works here with tarot, with me. Me at that. I can't speak for everyone else, but I can speak for me, right? So, and Gemini energy was coming through a higher perspective. Like Gemini energy was like way above, like, because with the angles or multiple angles, right? The Gemini is with two heads, two face, and to get a different perspective. And a lot of times, a lot of individuals try to give a Gemini like a bad energy, a bad rep on that. But I mean, to each their own. I feel like you have to know a person to know a person, right? And to see if that's even factual. And I don't see that in full factual. So yeah, just gaining a higher perspective. In your overall. And Sagittarius energy coming through, and that which illuminates me matters most, knowing that. And that's a quote I wrote. That which illuminates me matters most, knowing that. What excites you? What illuminates you? What like drives you, right? Where do you feel gravitated to, right? Where's your passion flowing, and being able to be your creative self, knowing that. Okay, and then we have Aries energy and Libra energy. So inserts of me is required. Where's like a checklist? Where, when, and why. Inserts of me is required. Where, when, and why. Knowing what your involvement, and even if you're interested in being involved, right? Thank you, Spirit. So in my deck was showing through, they can party with you, but they can't pray with you. Red flags. Also, three other ones here. Let me see. The other ones came through in here. No one has made way, so I must make way. No one has made way in higher perspective. Yeah, even if behind that higher perspective. And heaven, like No one about to interfere. Heaven nah. Okay, top notch is showing through. And also sugar or spice. Sugar or spice, naughty or nice. So this is the energy that's showing through. They can party with you, but they can't pray with you. So whether this is you're asking this or you of self or to another. So hype, very hype energy. I'm feeling like you're feeling very hype. What does our involvement consist of, right? Like this is like big energy right there. Okay, hands on deck, scope, vision, focus. Hands on deck, scope. Yeah, spirit, thank you. It's 601. What's coming through for Aquarius? High is good. I didn't even put a clip. My hair is just like drying. Just got the shower. It may get in the way. Just not pay attention to that as much. Okay, let's see. What's coming through? Spirit, high is good for Aquarius. Air energy, feminine, masculine, and feminine. Ooh. Waiting. Juggling your flow, controlling your flow. Okay, thank you, Spirit. High is good. Full moon energy, clear B energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, clear B. High is good for Aquarius. High is good. What's coming through for Aquarius? Feminine and masculine, feminine. Okay. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles coming through first, the Ace of Pentacles behind that. Very firm, controlling. It's like the retrieval, controlling what is your part, right? Controlling your part, your investments, and knowing that like I'm not over investing, I'm not under investing, right? I'm not gonna be disturbed about it, not investing as much as others want. That's the feel. 8 of Swords, right? Yeah, 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I'm not gonna be limited or limiting myself of certain involvement, right? Cutting it through, cutting it out, right? Like cutting through that. Ace of Swords. We have 3, 4, 5. The Full energy. 5, 5, 5. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Full. Okay. The 5, 5, 5. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. The Full energy and the 5 of Cups energy. It's like whatever was a lack, I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'm hearing whatever was a lack, I'm leaving at that, right? My vision is elsewhere. My vision is focused. My vision is on liveliness, right? I can't ponder or like on the past. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously that came and went. You know, that's the feel. That's an obvious. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear B. High is good for Aquarius. Oh, yeah, this wants to come back. You saw how many times I did that, right? Okay, we have the Devil frequency below the 3 of Swords. Yeah, definitely. It's as if like you have to control. Like this is a controlling energy, like where you allow yourself to get yourself involved, and you know what I'm saying. Like you allow yourself to feel. You allow yourself to speak. You allow like that's the feel like right there. Like if I get involved with someone, I allow them access to me, right? Or even like if I get hurt emotionally, I allowed space for that, right? So I could allow myself to heal even, right? No matter what it's of involvement, that's the feel. 4 of Pentacles. Definitely holding on to more like what is of interest. We have the 10 of Pentacles there, right? Like what is family? Like I'm getting that feel like if you're having any difficulties with family, it's like, well, if that's family, then what is family? You know, like that's like, is it like a questioning energy? Like if that family behaves like that, then what is family? So then it's like redirecting so to find what family is to you. Those of family, right? Like a spiritual tribe. Even 2 of Cups, 6 of Wands. Definitely will be removing yourself from any disturbance. Any lack of not even I feel like it's not even a lack of exchange. It was just no exchange. So it's just like having to remove yourself, detach, right? Like what's going through, detach away from certain individuals you were committing to, or certain like jobs you were committing to, detaching it. Like I'm having no feel for it, no feel for those that were involved even. That's straight up. Okay, let's see. It's 606. What more? Spirit, I just need a few. Hold up. We'll get a peek at this. Okay. Okay. The Five of Pentacles on this end, and the Queen of Swords on this end. So we have the Hangman energy, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Hierophant. Yeah, definitely observing, and not just observing. Like, so for some it's monitoring, and some of you, like, you observe, like, so some of you monitoring the current, like, commitments, right? And for others of you, it's observing the prior commitments, and it's just like, well, I'm getting like, I avoided a tower. You know, I avoided a tower by detaching away from that involvement, right? Detaching from giving to those type of individuals not deserving. Knight of Pentacles, having to get myself centered, more in tune with self, and take action elsewhere, right? I'll redirect. Seven of Wands. Yeah, because it was like, within a commitment or commitment to be, or like some shit like that, it was like you were doing more than you should have been. You have to cut that shit out. Air energy, excuse me, fire. You may have been involved with the fire or sign, or you're working with your fire energy also, and removing that, so it'll be like this fierceness, like, right? Death energy. This one was in between all the cards I flipped over, but it didn't flip over, so I still took it. It's death energy. For some, you may have been involved with a Scorpio or claims to be, right? Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it was like this juggling energy going on, because as I said, like, this is how it was. These were all flipped over. So is this one, but not this one. This was behind, and that's the death energy. There was like a lot of juggling going on. Okay, and not just that, but you're committing to new cycles, right? You put in a death to old commitments where you're committing to of old. So you don't, like I said, you don't have to be involved with the Scorpio, but that is the Scorpio card, right? And this is the air card, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card there. We have Taurus here. Okay. Yeah. Definitely having to remove the lack and lacks. Those that I'm getting like draining individuals. Have to remove yourself from those that are draining. Not just that, but involvement. So we like, you're over giving. Like, I'm getting like an individual like very helpful, wants to be helpful naturally. And even it's like, even if I had $5 in my pocket, I want to be able to give 10. You know, like I want to, you like wanting to give more. You know, and giving it all as you can. And plus some, which is that's depleting. It's very depleting. So don't do that. Have healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries. Right. Okay. What other spirit high is good for Aquarius? High is good. It is 609. We have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, definitely depleting. And I was gonna say completing. So you're definitely completing the depleting, right? You're conquering that. And you're just like, you're receiving communication on that too, of someone trying to communicate to why there was a juggle, or why there was a lack, or why this, why that. I feel like on my head just wants to go why, like, shut the fuck up. We have a Three of Wands, you know what I'm saying, on some dumb shit. We have the King of Wands and the Two of Swords. Now I'm hearing that wah. Real shit. Okay, clear with the energy. 3 more spirit, 3 more. I just need 3. Okay, thank you. Judgment call. I'm hearing ring a bell. Like, okay. Someone may literally be trying to ring a bell. Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, definitely calling judgment. So when an individual calls judgment, say for example, someone you were involved with called judgment on you. For a better example, took you to court because they called judgment on you, really, like literally, right? And okay, well, judgment's gonna be called on them too. Everything's gonna be on the table. And if not, that's moving sketchy. There's some fraud going on, right? Fraud business, but that even's gonna come to the light eventually, right? You know what I'm saying? 4 of Swords to the 7 of Wands again. It's like, well, you gotta know you're always gonna have to put in work somewhere, right? But just knowing where is like the best deserving, best fit for you. Just know that. You know, you're looking outward to what is more, what is like of desire, what is of a preference. What is this showing through? The Hierophant and the High Priestess. And so the Hierophant's crossing the High Priestess. So yeah, what is best fit for you, right? speaking on that, accepting that, manifesting that, acknowledging that, like, right? Manifesting and accepting. I'm hearing activating. So definitely just doing what is necessary. What's going on over here? Inserts of me is required, where, when, and why. And having to see myself from a higher perspective and the overall, right? What is a family to me? What does a family consist of? Finalizing in full is on me. Finalization in full is on me. Aquarius. That's the feel. Let's see, hold up. Spirit wants me to go a little more. So if you're involved with someone or romantic sense, it's definitely it was a limitation energy. So like a micromanaging energy, and it's like very small communication. It was more of a transfer, like a spiritual transfer at its smallest. That's the feel at a minimal. So if it was in a distance, that's how it was. It was like long distance phone calls or however y'all would communicate, right? Short visits even is how it's coming through for someone in particular. I have to put more work in and to move myself elsewhere, or you're traveling to go to this family for someone in particular. You're traveling to go to this family, that way you could actually build with each other and cut the shit. That's what I'm hearing. Cut the bull, cut the little small talk out. Or vice versa, this individual is trying to travel to you to cut the small talk out, the back and forth, or the minimal information or misinterpretation is coming through. Could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. Leo, Aries, Sag. We have Capricorn here. We have Virgo there. We have Taurus here. And also it's like what's rooted. Like, how do I feel rooted? That's the feel. Like, what makes me feel comfort in myself? Or this individual saying that, like, you make me feel comfort in myself, in my skin. And they want to gain victory. It's like they have very high hopes. You or they is like very high hopes. And it's like, well, you're expecting more than what you even inserted. Like, you expect more from the relationship than you had even invested in. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more on their mind, or like there's a certain like memory on their mind, but it's like that's old, that's done, like that came and gone. And it's like they want to communicate, but they're still on that, like, I'm hearing like 10 years ago type of issue, you know, like, and there's nothing wrong with that, keeping hold of those memories, but it's like we're in the now at that. Like, consider those memories, but we're in the now. So what now? That's the feel. Yeah, because it's definitely interest in like new, this full energy, right? Moving away from the lack. Yeah, it was just a currency hold. They just like the energy. They just like the energy. I was about to call you Scorpio, Aquarius. They just like the energy. 1, 2, 3, clear B. 1, 2, 3, clear B. 1, 2, 3, clear B. What do we have for Aquarius? High is good. And this full moon cycle, high is good. High is good. Thank you. Intuition. Staying solid, staying true to self, staying in your energy, Aquarius. Deep breathing. There's like focusing on the now, right? What am I doing now to reach my set goals of the now, right? And I'm focusing on that. I'm doing breathing techniques on that even. I'm clearing out my intuition, right? I'm building. What I'm doing now is going to affect me in a, like, my future, right? So there's always like the 16 energy, tower energy, right? So when you were 16, if say you're 32 now, you're being affected by what you were investing in when you were 16. And so you're 32, what you're doing now, you're going to be affected when you're 48, so on and so forth by the 16th, right? The major movements in your life, what you're doing now is going to affect your future, right? Okay. And that's the feel. It's like I'm building up for my family, or I want more for my family, so I'm focusing on, like, I'm vision focused on what I'm doing now for my family, right? Like, even if there was like lack, somewhere there was lack, Like say you had everything, but just everything, your family, your cars, your husband, or your wife, right? Your husband had a job or your wife had a job, and like you had a job too, but it was just like unfulfilled in that job. Like you want to choose your job, like so you're going after your career, right? You're to be certified, right? Wherever that may be, and to each will differ, right? Connecting with crystals is an advice.